there, and welcome back to Weird Soda for Life. I'm going to need you to hum along if you don't know the words. Ah, 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 you get it. Anyway, welcome back. For the end of Immune June, we are trying Humm Probiotic Soda. I told y'all last week it was a wild berry flavor, and I'm sorry to say that it is actually berry cream. So, you've been sitting with this misinformation all week. I am terribly sorry. Anyway, let's talk a little bit about Humm. Humm started in the kitchen of a woman named Michelle Mitchell in 2008 in Oregon. Apparently, Michelle was making her mother-in-law's recipe of kombucha. And again, we've talked about kombucha here on the channel. I can't get behind a little disc called the Mother that's full of mold. That's just not my jam. But you know, that's a mind over matter sort of deal, right? Anyway, so Michelle's making her mother-in-law's like kombucha recipe, and her bestie Jamie Danek sitting in the kitchen, and Jamie drinks a swig of it and is like, "Oh, I could sell this to people. This is delicious." And so they started like going around Bend, Oregon, selling door to door. Then they bought a van or a Prius or something like that, and then the popularity of it, right, it kind of spiraled out of control. They first called their company Kombucha Mama. I'm not there for that, but actually it turns out they weren't either. And so they wanted to have a more inclusive name. I'm mostly just like Kombucha Mama makes me think a whole lot of that Cooking Mama game. But so they changed the name, and now today they make a whole bunch of kombucha. Now, I was like, was I swindled? Is this actually kombucha hidden under a name soda? And the answer is undetermined, but I don't think so. I did look at some of their website, and they talk about kombucha, but they definitely have their soda recipe, soda products. It's just two right now, the berry cream and lemon lime. They have those listed separately, so I have to believe that those aren't. And even if they were, at this point, I am committed to the bit. I'm doing this for you. So we try it anyway. But with that, let's take a look at the can. So I find this design a little different than a lot of the others. If you recall, a lot of the others, it was pastels, rounded letters, iconography, but not like actual things. This feels like a different flavor on that. Like this. When we talked before, we talked about how a lot of the designs for like Olipop and Poppy and things like that looked more warm and welcoming and soothing, as if to say, "Come on in, boys or girls or non-binary pals. Like the water's fine, and so is this drink." This doesn't actually give off that vibe. This feels a little more akin to either a sparkling water can or almost kind of like a soda itself. It's not to say those other can designs weren't soda-esque. It's that this just feels more classic, if that makes sense. The Humm font is a little warm and welcoming, kind of a little bit, oh my goodness, what's the Comic Sans? A little Comic Sans-esque, but like, you know, but other than that, you have a bunch of fruits, and it has a 0 sugar, 0 calories, 2 billion cultures, and vitamin C and D. I do want to note it also says absurdly tasty, and I will be the judge of that, Humm. So there you go. And this says drink better. This is kind of aggressive. Better isn't just a word, it's a challenge. You'll be better when you choose a soda that's better for you. Don't soda shame me. How dare you? But anyway, it says, you'll be better when you drink a soda that's better for you, like the Probiotic Pack 0 Sugar one you're holding right now. And you'll be partnering with a company that's better to our employees and our communities. So go ahead and pat yourself on the back, can holder. You've just made everything a little bit better. You're welcome. And with that, let's open it up and see what we've gotten into. Okay, I wasn't sure what the color was going to be on this, so I did grab a mini glass, but as you can see, here we go. It's pretty much clear I wouldn't say it's completely white, maybe slightly off white, but it looks like Sprite and it's very bubbly. And well, it smells like berries. And unlike the other two probiotic sodas, I didn't die trying to sniff it. So like that is a point in its favor. Uh, but yeah, it smells pleasant. It smells like a remember those cream savers? It smells a lot like one of those. Um, with that, well, I wouldn't say that's absurdly tasty, but it is pretty good. Um, I guess unknowingly, I stacked the deck to have the worst ones first and the best ones at the end. Because Olipop last week, I was very impressed by, and this I'm actually very impressed by too. It tastes a whole lot like a seltzer. I'm a hard seltzer drinker, so it tastes a whole lot to me like Truly's wild berry flavor. But for those of you who don't drink, it just tastes like a sweet, slightly tart um, berry sparkling water. And I'm cool with that. As you longtime viewers, you know I drink a lot of weird things, and so the fact of the matter is that most of Immune June has been an exercise in oh no, am I going to put in my mouth? How do I feel about that? And it's made me kind of have to think a little bit about some of the preconceived notions that I carry when I think about sodas like probiotic and prebiotic sodas and things like that. Um, as we talked at the beginning of Immune June, I do not endorse the medical like things that it says it's going to do. This is not to judge anybody who does get relief out of that. I just think for me, I think a whole lot about, again, Sawbones, the podcast, Cure All's Cure Nothing. And I find a lot of the claims that these things make to be dubious. But um, people seem to find joy in them and they seem to get something out of them. And who am I to judge what people want to drink? I drank a butter soda. I drank a soda that tastes like turkey and gravy. So really, if somebody wants to drink something like this and they think they get a benefit out of it, who am I to like really question that? So Immune June has been really interesting. As I talked about also though at the beginning, my stomach is a delicate ecosystem, and that has not seemed to change throughout all of Immune June. This is not to say those are bunk. Maybe I need to drink more probiotic or prebiotic sodas. I haven't quite figured out the mix yet. But overall, I'm glad I did it. And I would recommend if you can afford it, because that's the thing too. A lot of these are a little expensive. I'd say try it for yourself if you're running into a little gut trouble. It can't hurt, and it's worth a shot. It wasn't bad. So thanks, Immune June. I don't know if I feel healthier, but I definitely feel like I have better gut health, and isn't that what matters? Next week we start guest star July with my first guest, Mr. Weird, and we are trying Bazooka Soda. Remember the sketchy pink green hard candy with little comics around it? Well, Bob and I found soda. So we are going to try that together and see what we think. And until next time, drink weird, happy holidays, and, get some probiotic soda, I guess. See you next time.